Kathleen about that tall when I ran for the state senate from this neighborhood. And unfortunately, Marlene had to go, but Marlene Roberti and Maya, her daughter, and her mother Norma are here. Marlene volunteered to be my campaign manager on that first election. We've never met before. And I spent 4 months with Tom cooking dinner for the kids every night while I was out knocking on doors across this neighborhood all the way across to, in good Rhode Island language, where the old brewery was. And all of those neighborhoods. And it was a wonderful experience because I really got to know my neighbors in a way I never had before. They got to tell me what they cared about. I talked to them about my experience, particularly in healthcare, that I wanted to bring into government. And I realized that things haven't really changed, even though I'm Lieutenant Governor now. That I spend a lot of my time making sure I'm out, walking in and out of small businesses, going to Rotary clubs. This week I was talking to the Newport Chamber of Commerce Women's Business Group, 25 women who are there. That it's really the great thing in Rhode Island politics is you get the opportunity to talk directly to people about who you are and what you believe in and let them share their perspective on what needs to happen in the state. And as I run for re-election, I want to make sure I keep doing that. So this is my kickoff day. I apologize for the heat. The rosary beads out the window didn't work this time. I thought they did work. But you know, as I'm running for re-election, and yesterday I qualified for the ballot to run for re-election, I will be knocking on doors in every community in the state, making sure that people know that that is who I am. I want to talk to them, I want to hear from them, and there's something about going up to someone's door and standing on their porch and knocking, and you're where they are, and I think it's incredibly important, especially now. I think Rhode Islanders have a lot of fear about the future, and I have spent a lot of time working with small businesses, you know, making sure that those who are having trouble with their credit, fine. I mean, Jamil's Shoe World is a great example. How many people here got their shoes when they were kids at Jamil's, right? We bought our shoes for our kids at Jamil's. That, you know, we walked in there on a Main Street tour to a store that was half empty. The shelves didn't have, there weren't shoes. And they had lost their credit with their bank. And he was saying a third-generation business that they were not going to be able to stay in business. And we were able to put them together through the SBA with another lender and went back about 6 weeks later to really a grand reopening of that business. And that's the kind of story we need to hear more and more of. Young entrepreneurs who are choosing to stay here, the knowledge economy, that creative economy, which is such an advantage for us, making sure those businesses are able to make it work. And my office is able to do that in a very personal level, making sure they're not lost in the shuffle and that they have the opportunity to be successful. You know that I'm about healthcare too, and we have an enormous opportunity right now to make national health reform work for Rhode Island. It's a challenge, but it's also a huge opportunity. And I really want to be back for 4 more years. Because as you know, these are the 4 years for that bill to work. And it's possible it won't work. And I feel very strongly. I was down with Senator Whitehouse and about 125 Rhode Islanders on Wednesday, talking with Kathleen Sebelius, the Secretary of Human Services, with Senate staff about what we need to do in Rhode Island to make it successful. But I think most of all, the thing I want to make sure I communicate, and you all will help me do that, is the fact that, you know, when I walk up to somebody's door, I'm a citizen just like them. I am an elected official, but I believe elected officials, we deserve the very best. And throughout my career, I have worked very hard to be the kind of honest, hardworking public servant that Rhode Islanders deserve, and I want to continue to do that. I want to recognize a few people who are here. There's a lot of my staff here, and I sort of want to have them raise their hands, and my campaign staff, my government State House staff, and we are a hardworking staff. We were there in the office yesterday afternoon in the State House when I think almost no one else was in the building and realized that we'd had a really busy week. We had had 85 people in a statewide group working on healthcare reform. We had a big speaker in. We've been to DC. We've got a lot going on because there's a lot of important work. I want to recognize the chair of the Democratic Party who took the time to come today, Ed Pacheco, and his daughter Savannah. Ed has been a representative from the northwestern part of the state and has been doing an incredible job actually getting out on the road with all of us, talking about the Democrats this year. In a really busy election year, he's a real support to a lot of us, and we had a great convention a few weeks ago that let us kind of talk about who we are. Maria's here. Where did I lose Maria? Oh, Maria. I want to recognize Maria. So it's a good Rhode Island moment. Maria's mom, Liz, was the lunchroom lady at Norwood Avenue School when my kids were there. And she lives around the corner, and she's a great woman. Both my kids remember her so much. And Maria's running for rep in Providence. Helped Josh Miller, our local state senator, win here when he first ran to take my place. And I really want to thank her for coming, and her family is just great. So it's wonderful to see her. And my husband, thank God, is a great cook. Kept our children from leaving home, although our kids are now leaving home. So it's amazing to think that I've gone from having Nora on my hip in my first campaign palm card to the fact that she's going to college this fall. Oh, Senator Miller.
Hi.
Josh Miller. But anyway, I need all of your help, and I'm so glad you're here today. I have a Democratic primary on September 14th, and then November 2nd. What looks to be a pretty crowded field for, there's 9 people running for lieutenant governor right now. We'll see how many survive the primary structure, but I have a primary. I don't take anything lightly this year. A lot of people have said to me, oh, you don't have to worry. I am working hard because any politician who thinks they don't have to worry, especially this year, will lose a race. And I will be walking, talking about small business, talking about healthcare, talking about the future of our state, which I do not believe needs to be a bleak one. We have some really exciting things going on, and we need to build on them. I think we have great opportunity, but we need to believe in it, and we need to be headed in a direction altogether with a sense of optimism and hope. So it's an exciting political year. There are millions of people running for office. And one of the best things you can do, aside from volunteering and helping, is help spread that. One of the great things is viral politics works in Rhode Island. You know, each of you knows 25 people I don't know, and that somebody, and they're going to walk into the polls on September 14th and go, oh, right, lieutenant governor. If you've told them already, oh, this is great, lieutenant governor, when you've forgotten who to vote for, they'll remember when they walk in. You can help me spread that word. I'll be on TV. I will be doing the things that I need to do in my big public campaign, but you can help me with the personal campaign, which is so powerful in Rhode Island. Going door to door is a great way to do it. The person you stand in line with at Dunkin' Donuts, the person at work that you know, kill time with, you're incredibly important to me. So Tom and I thank you for joining us this morning.